Welcome back. My name is Alonzo Nelson Jr., and this is my beautiful, gorgeous wife.
Dawn Harper Nelson. Do you love me?
Absolutely. Do you love me?
But of course. Today our topic is going to be on marriage, and we have pretty much two examples that are on the exact opposite side of the spectrum when it comes to marriage. And so we're going to pretty much dive right in. So the one thing that me and Alonzo always talk about and make a joke about is we say, well, we're serious. We're going to live till we're 120, and we're going to be married until we're 120. You can't go anywhere. I can't go anywhere. We're in this until we're 120.
So every anniversary, it's almost like a countdown.
Yeah.
Like
That sounds
it's
bad.
sad.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Yeah, but we want to be together forever.
Mm-hmm.
Till death do us part, and we ain't dying. So
120. I'm a part of it. That kind of threw me off. But you said you found this article on
yeah,
this
so
couple, right?
I found this very, very interesting article because we were talking about relationships, and I was just looking up like the longest relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So Wikipedia listed like 22 different relationships that lasted over 80 years. Guinness Book of World Record recognizes this one couple that stayed together for 87 years. 87 years of marriage.
Yeah.
87. And their names are Zelmira and Herbert.
So that's so 87.
Yeah.
Zamira, what,
Yeah.
and Herbert, like
They both died at 105 years old.
So maybe when we get to like 80, so we need to change our names to like a Bertha.
And
like
Rufus.
we gonna make it, like legit,
That,
right?
that
right
says
there,
longevity right there,
That's
right?
longevity. So just
Yeah.
know when I'm like
So maybe at our
perfect.
50th anniversary we would change our name.
Oh, okay. I was like, not at 50th anniversary, yeah. Because
Yeah.
we're gonna be right.
We'd be in our 80s by then. Yeah. Mm.
That works. We were like 70s.
Remember that.
Okay.
How do you feel about growing old together? Like real talk. Like how do you feel about
I think it's so cute.
Yeah.
Like real talk. I think it is so like I just see us being that couple. Well, okay. So in my mind, I really want to envision us still like walking at the pace we walking now. I'm able to like, still catch Harper. Not for real. Like that's how I envision it.
Hold on.
But-
Catch Harper. Why are we catching Harper in our
No,
in
I'm
our
saying
80s
how
and
I can
90s?
catch Harper now.
Oh,
like I'm
okay.
saying, I
You
can
just got that quick first step.
Yes,
Okay.
no,
I
she's
was
not
like,
stuck at
whoa,
this height.
like what?
But what I'm saying is the reality may be that we got little walkers, even with the little tennis balls on the end.
Nope.
And we just going for a walk, and they like, in our neighborhood, they like, there go them Nelsons, there go Bertha, and what's your name?
Rufus.
And Jesus, Rufus. I didn't realize you said Rufus. I not heard like that.
I don't know. Like,
But there go them Nelsons again. They so cute. They went 2 houses down and back. You know what I mean? Like that. And we like sweating. That's gonna be so cute.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
So I
doing-
just-
I'm gonna
yeah.
still be teaching yoga.
So that's how I think it's going.
I ain't gonna need no walker. Hopefully you can
But I'm-
still
yeah.
practice in yoga too.
So my second question. Okay. When you were younger, did you see yourself getting old with someone?
Honestly, I didn't. It's so crazy. Like I never
You ain't
thought
see
about
me?
marriage. No, I never really thought about marriage. I always knew that I wanted a kid
Mm-hmm.
or kids. When I was in elementary school, I wanted a basketball team of kids.
Oh,
Never thought about what it takes to have kids. You need to be married or you need to find a mate.
So you was just trifling.
No,
You
they
was
was
one
all
of
gonna
them
be by
dudes.
they was gonna be all in the same house.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't see the other person on the other side. I just knew that I was gonna have a basketball team. But no, I never thought about that.
What does marriage even mean, like to us? What does marriage mean to us?
Oh man, devotion, right?
Mhm.
I think marriage means devotion to me. Doing whatever it takes to, and this is some kind of the advice that I was given, and let's go into this next.
Yep.
But like doing whatever it takes to make sure that my wife you feel like supported by me, that you're happy. We talk about the happy wife, happy life stuff, and I think that's woo-wah. Like in the sense that, like, I don't know, you feel like it's woo-wah.
Yes.
For me, I'm
that's
like,
why you said that, because
yo,
we talked
happy-
about that. Yeah.
like for me, I want you to be happy,
Yeah.
and I will sacrifice my happiness for your happiness.
Right. But
I think it's a
and the
cultural
reason
thing,
why
too.
you say you think it's woo wise because I
You
said
just-
to me,
Yeah.
to a certain, that kind of bothers me when I think of people that say, "Oh, just happy wife, happy life," and you just see the guy just
How
making
kid is
sacrifice
unfair.
after high key.
Yeah.
Just a dude making sacrifice after sacrifice. I mean, he always just like, well, we ate what she wanted to eat for my birthday. We did something she wanted to do for our anniversary.
My
I asked
paycheck
her,
go towards all the
just
bills.
everything.
Your
And you're like,
paycheck goes
I just
towards,
think to
like,
myself,
doing
like, when's the
whatever you
last
wanna do.
time that for the wife maybe you turned and just said like, what do you like, what do you want right now? Like, what just it doesn't even have to be a holiday or anything special. Just like, what we doing this weekend? And he like for real
Yes,
is what
that's
he
right.
kind of So that's
It's-
to me. That's what I think about. Just certain times when and I want us to honestly honor Father's Day in our relationship. And like we said,
Oh.
like even the joke where they like, oh, Mother's Day, you know, all
Oh.
restaurants are packed and like
Hey.
all this, and you pamper her all
Father's
day.
Day,
Father's Day, you cooking
barbecue.
your own food because you barbecuing.
And it's at
You
the
know,
house.
but the thing is, it
just
does
for Sunday.
seem though that you guys enjoy the barbecue. So it's, I
Yeah,
think that's
that's
a
not
big part of it. I know, but I'm
I
saying
like
for others.
cooking, but yeah.
Yeah, I think
Mhm.
for others. So
I'm not
for
a-
me,
I'm not a go out person
Right.
either. So.
so when I thought of what does marriage mean, I thought of commitment, understanding, and acceptance. And understanding and acceptance to me has a little bit of a difference. Because understanding, like, okay, I understand why you did that, but I still don't accept it. But I'm saying, like, accepting, like, that's who you are. Like, you've grown to be this
Yeah.
different person, and I'm accepting that. Like, I love it because we married. We in this thing, you know? So just,
Yeah.
I'm committed to you. I understand you because I want to understand you through the years, and then accepting you.
Yeah.
So, yes.
But the question is, all right, what do you like the least about being married to me? Yeah.
Okay.
They better be hard to think of.
No, it's not. And I think I know that my job is what makes this kind of more of a reality for me on
Yeah,
a more kind of
I can agree. I already know what
consistent
you're gonna
basis.
say.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you
I
don't.
bet you.
There are
That's
just,
why I
I
know.
bet you don't. There are just some days when I just want to cook for me. I want to chill and watch what I want to watch when I want to do it, and I just want to shut it down when I want to shut it down. Like, there are days where I don't feel like cracking more eggs.
You can't.
I don't
you
feel
gotta-
like flipping more pancakes. I don't feel like cooking more fish for dinner or being like, oh, he likes this, so let me cook this. I don't want to because I'm tired. I just got done with track practice where my soul was taken from my body, and now I have to come home and consider somebody else. There are just some days where I'm just tired, and I'm like,
Nah, it's people. It's me and Harper.
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
And
Harper eat
so
food
that's
tonight.
so on the days when I just feel so exhausted,
Mhm.
and it is more of a day when you're busy too. So it's almost like
Yeah,
I
you
kind of
got
gotta
to.
yeah.
I
Because it's
got
like
you.
if I'm tired like that, then you'll do it. But it's those days where I'm like, yo, when I was in LA, bro,
Gotcha.
I just did a me.
Gotcha.
So that
Right.
Yeah.
I grew up so.
absolutely.
Me and my one of my best friends, we brag. We don't brag about it, but we reflect on it and be like,
Yeah.
it's kind of quite interesting that like all of my friends growing up, like their parents were married, like it was a 2-family home.
That's so
Like
crazy.
all
That is
of my
something to
friends.
brag about. Like all your friends.
Yeah, and
and
so
you.
like, and so and
Look, not just your friends and you.
yeah,
Yeah.
right, and so like, they are happy. They were happy,
Yeah.
and when we was growing up, our parents seemed to be happy. Like we didn't have many parents none of them got divorced in our circle, right?
Okay.
And so for us to even see or imagine
Yeah.
like a broken home or like not a broken home, but like a dysfunctional relationship was kind of,
Yeah.
and we were sheltered from social media and
It
reality
just
TV,
wasn't
right?
what it is now.
If
though.
we'd seen
So,
reality TV, then
Yeah.
it could have
Yeah.
changed the way we
That's
see
true.
stuff. So
that's true.
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna skip that one. Okay, and you said this one. So you said the one piece of good advice that you got in a marriage. You can say that one real quick for us, 'cause
Yeah.
I think that's really good.
Yo, so when I was single, it was probably a year or two before we got together. I was with Bobby,
Bobby.
and again, like I said, I said this in the
Yeah.
last video, like I shadowed him like crazy, right? We
Mhm.
was together like all the time, and it was late at night, and he was like, Lonzo, come with me, and we went to Steak and Shake. It was probably like 11 o'clock at night, and he was like, in a relationship, you sometimes you gotta learn to agree to disagree, and then do what it takes to like make her happy again. And whether that means like buying her ice cream after the argument, buy her ice cream. If it's going out to Steak and
Smart
Shake and
man.
getting some spaghetti, then that's what it is. But just for me, what I took from that is not letting arguments or disagreements
Yeah.
like last longer than they have to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's taken me that's been very beneficial,
Right.
and I know it's going to be beneficial down the road as well.
So, when it comes to the idea of open marriage, what does it say? What is it defined as?
Yeah,
'Cause
so
I know you
open
looked at it.
marriage is defined by, I think this is dictionary.com, the Oxford Languages. A marriage or relationship in which both partners agree
Okay, we agree.
that each may have sexual relations
Oh,
with
Jesus.
others, right? But
See
it's
how
like
I got
open
uncomfortable?
marriage is when they agree. They ain't got nothing to do with us. Like for me,
So let's get to it. Let's stop throwing it off on people, Lonzo.
okay, hold
What
on.
about in this here house?
It's not happening.
What about in this here
It's
house?
not
Where
happening.
you going, Lonzo?
Hey, my ping is
Yeah.
staying right here, and ain't nobody touching you.
Okay. Stop. So let's just be clear. We agree that the open part to that marriage is gone in ours.
Man.
It's a no man.
We not out.
It's a no man.
Not out.
Like, no, I just, nope. That's all I got to say is just a nope. Like, just the idea. Like, if you're like me and, you want to say, no, I vowed to be with you for the rest of my life. Like, I'm more than okay with all this. The idea of him the idea
We talk about
of
that
him,
in
like,
acting,
for
right?
real, lustfully, like,
I couldn't,
like, really liking
I
something.
couldn't act and
Y'all.
like do like a love scene with somebody.
They would be like, yo, this lady just bust onto the scene. Like, listen, they wouldn't finish. You wouldn't finish kissing it. You wouldn't. You wouldn't. I couldn't.
Yeah.
So I just hope that that's not what God has in our future of you being this famous actor that has to kiss and grope on all these women because it's not happening. They could be like, she went from Olympic champion to
If Stella got her groove back 2 came around,
I don't understand what you're not getting about this question. I was like, I've answered it. We've lost that money. No, but so okay, but this is a real question. I want to see if I want to go out of order. Okay, so so let me do this one first. What define cheating for you?
All right, so
Because this is new. I need to be refreshed on this. I need to be refreshed.
yeah, so because I am,
So y'all can hold me accountable if you think I'm ever like Lonzo said.
I'm right here. And
What?
For me, cheating is when it's like it transcends past like that sexual interaction, right?
Okay.
I believe that if there's somebody takes my role as someone you confide in, you know what I mean? I think somebody that you
Yeah, 'cause
think
I
about
confide
all the time, or I mean, they take up your space, the space in your mind, and you're starting to somebody you want to spend time with that ain't a relative, Yeah, I think that for me, I feel like that's cheating, and it's not something I'm gonna leave you on. But we're gonna have to work through that because you ain't going nowhere. We're gonna work through that. All right. So, open relationship when you start sleeping around with other people,
Right.
and it's agreed upon. Whether it's agreed upon or not, how can we prevent that?
Okay, I was like, what? How can we? What?
Prevent you like us from getting there.
So I think that goes into. I'm gonna just put it together.
Go
That's
for
part
it.
of my question.
Go for it.
I said I'm scared to ask and keep it PG,
Mm-hmm.
but how will we keep it spicy? You know what I mean? Like I think that
Mm-hmm.
goes along with your question, right?
Yeah.
About how will we kind of keep the eyes from roaming, the heart from roaming, the mind from roaming.
Mm-hmm.
Being intentional, I know is going to be a big part. Like there are some things that I hear you say, even if it's in passing,
Mhm.
you comment on whether it's like, okay, when I wore that, he like liked that outfit, so I'm
Right.
gonna purchase 2 of those next time, or hear you make a comment of whether it's things that I've said to you or things I've done to you, you know what I mean? Where I'm like, there's certain things
Take note of
of
that.
staying, conscious, because you're someone that means a lot to you. To know that someone's giving an effort and someone's trying.
100%.
And so for me, I know that as long as I'm staying on my P's and Q's and trying to, sometimes, come in the house with the hair different. You know what I mean? But different within what me and you
Which,
like.
yeah,
Right,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? What me and you like.
Yeah, don't come in here looking like one of those warriors, T'Challa's warriors and stuff. Be like, ah,
See,
this
but
is
that's
me.
something we agree on. I don't really want the slick back. Like, I don't want, not the
Yeah.
slick back. I don't want the slick flick. Me and you, I'm not trying to have me and you go to the same barber. That's not really a goal for me. And so for me, just off the top of my head, that's things that I think of to help us prevent like it from going there.
I think communication.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
sometimes it's hard though, right? Like
Yes.
telling your mate,
Yes.
like, I think I like it when you do this, or could you
Or
do that?
I'm about to say, or that. I'm about to say, or kind of saying I don't like it when you do that. But yeah, even just kind of saying I like it when you do that. How do you be confident? You know what I mean? It kind of, because then sometimes you be like, oh, you didn't like the other.
Right, that's the hard part. That's
I
the
did
catch
10
22
things
of
and
it,
you
right?
said one.
That's the catch 22. It'd be like, I didn't like this, or I
Right.
wish I would like for you to, or I wish you would do that. It's a catch 22 because I know, like, if she said that to me, I'd be like, but I'm doing these things over here. Like, you don't like this ain't good enough for relationships. Like, I think moving the ego out the way is the one thing, and that goes in like married couples, business, the whole not ego.
Yeah.
But ego has so much. It has so much space in our lives, you know, as human beings. But yeah, communication is number one. Number one. That's gonna be the biggest thing, because I can tell you what I like, what I would like to do, where we would like to go, what I noticed out there that I would like for you to try. You know what I mean?
But if, like you said, getting the ego out the way, that's me hearing you and not being like, oh, but he ain't like it when I did this other stuff, or he didn't notice when I did. And it's like, no, listen to what he's saying, because if you did say something, you would want him to take heed. You know what I mean? To what you said in the suggestions or comments.
Because once it's said, it's like, yo, I told you, like.
That's true.
However, it takes some maturity in a relationship to be able to even get there. You know what I mean? We couldn't be in like year one. I'd be like, man, I wish you would do this. You know what I mean? Cause then you're like, dang, bro, like we just started. Like,
right. I'm like, everything should be new and good. Like, what you over here making requests for already in year one?
Yeah.
But to be honest, I am a part of me, and you know this. I'm nervous if we're being vulnerable right now.
Yeah, say it.
I'm nervous and scared about like when year 30, when year 40 gets here. Because, and the reason why I say that is I think it's a real thing if you're just being honest. You've seen so many people that seem like they were happy and someone steps out, or, you know, they thought they were doing the right thing, and you're like, is it possible to make it that long? And staying connected, it makes me scared to think like, can we make it the long haul?
And so I'm of this opinion. Like I believe, like TDJ said this, the thing you focus on becomes like the biggest thing in your life. And so for me, I choose not to even think about that, because the other thing that happens is we're in year 7, we're going to year 8. Like if we thinking about year 30, 40,
Right.
50, 60, like we're missing this period right
That's
here.
that's on how you know what I'm saying, you're supposed to coach and stuff too. Like we can only control and do
Yeah.
what we gotta do here, now, in the moment.
Yeah.
Do what you're supposed to do.
You gotta
might
look at this
Be
stuff
on to
that's
something.
going on.
You might be on to
Yeah.
something. I'm just saying you might.
But you say that often, and
Yeah, well, no, but I used to say that often. I feel like I have not. I've backed off because I feel like we doing good. We making it the long haul, babe, huh? We year 7, and we good. No, yes, I ain't stop saying
you
it.
still got that fear. You be saying that.
I'm trying to tell you. See, hey, communication. He ain't listening. Okay, so do you have another one? Because I'm about to say, went to the questions.
All right. What did I just fill out? I think it was chocolate. But no. So like I read this. I seen this other article. Right. This other article talked about like 11 reasons why these relationships, like open relationships, don't work.
Thank you so much for this.
And like there was a few that like resonated with me, and one of them was.
I have not seen this article.
Yeah. One of them was just like.
Let me know why I should not do it.
Well, STDs is one of them, right? But like I'm not like STD, like you can catch something.
Okay, yeah.
You can catch something, right? But the other thing is the old versus new. Like like if you in an open relationship, that means you've been with one of them longer than the other person, right? And then what happens is like there's a chance that new booty can outweigh that old booty, and it changes the dynamic of the relationship.
But that's almost like the 80-20, right? It always seems like what's new. You know, so you're getting 80 from this marriage, and then you see somebody with that 20, and that 20 seems real nice. And you go over there, and then you're like, yo, that's not.
The grass ain't green.
Right.
The other thing I saw was like time, right? You don't have enough. Like, bro, like it's.
Oh.
I barely got enough time to like spend with you and Harper.
Yes.
like
I
now
tried to get a nap today, and it didn't happen.
Now I got to sneak around and Or like if it's an open relationship, I gotta
Oh, you right.
take out
Yeah.
time for this one.
But see, I'm about to say yes, open, so you're not sneaking. The
That's-
person
yeah,
has
you
entered the house.
yeah.
I let that chick in the house.
We won't even talk.
I don't
about
even
that.
like. I'm about to
we
say,
won't
look,
even-
whatever example,
But like,
joke.
but again,
I
like,
can't take
yo, and so like that segue into another statement was like, there's no freedom in that. There's no freedom in a relationship because you just always like, all right, she needs to be fulfilled. She needs to be fulfilled. Then you bring kids in it; they need to be fulfilled. It's just,
Yeah, that's true.
And those are things you got to think.
I mean, I just know I couldn't be a sister wife. I'm just nope.
I couldn't be a brother husband.
I hate you so much.
What is your advice to someone who's trying to keep the faith that Mr. Right is out there?
So the first thing that pops in my head, when you brought this up, I think it was last night, I think about this. If you are a good person, feel like you're capable of being faithful, and you're looking for someone that you want to spend the rest of your life with, you feel like you're out there. I'm out here. Where are they? I just refuse to believe that you're the last living person that is capable of being faithful, that will see all the value in you.
Yeah.
So I just feel like if you know you're out there, you gotta believe it's somebody else. There's
person out
no way that you're that you're the last living person. And so that's just like a way that I just like jokingly, but seriously like think of that, you know, because I've so many people, so many friends are like, girl, your relationship, that's it though. Like I'm gonna look up to y'all because that's it. And I'm like, no, they out there, I promise you, you know. So.
Yeah. Before me and you got together, I was at the like. I've always had these standards. Like I had, this is what I want. This is what I believe I can have. This is what I deserve.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is what I'm looking for in a woman. And after a while, you start seeing stuff. You start seeing people together in all of these different relationships, and you like, bro, like if they happy and they like that, like what's up with me? Like, and then the other thing was like, maybe I need to lower my standards. And like I will never forget. It was a summer like maybe. The summer of 2011, right? I was like, we met in October.
Yep.
I was like, man, maybe I need to lower my standards. And that next morning, she's the lower standard.
That's how it is. I'm gonna be like,
no, but like basically, I gave up. I was like, man, forget it. I'm lowering my standards. I'm gonna just get out there. You know what I mean? Just take what's out there. And I went to a brother's prayer breakfast, and one of the brothers who was the pastor's son, he got up there and he talked about how he was believing God for this type of a woman, and he had been waiting and praying and waiting, and she came, like she crossed his path, and that's his wife now. And I knew it was talking to me because for me, I was like, I'm done waiting. I was like, forget it. Because like my other thing was like, I was like, look, if I'm single by 30, I'm just gonna adopt a kid. I'm gonna just pour all my love into this kid. Granted, and like, look, I was 27. I was like 26, 27 then. And I was like, yo, if I don't find nobody by then, I'm gonna just go on and adopt, and then just put all my love into this kid. I'm gonna try to be an Essence most eligible bachelor or something like that. But it took like me going out to like this prayer breakfast to see that, hey, like, you're doing the right thing. And so, like, those people that's out there waiting, you're doing the right thing. Like, he or she is on their way. And, shoot, a few months later, like, Dawn, I saw she was coming to town. I slid into her DMs, and she responded. And we've been talking to each other every night ever since. I know, but I did.
But you did. I was like, oh, what's up? But I had, like, knew him and stuff. So that helps me make sense of that in my head.
The last one.
Yeah.
What's the one thing
I love this question.
you and I have in common that transcends everything else?
I think it's our faith. For me, I think, I think our relationship with God, it is something that seeing him, like us having the conversations that we've had in worship the way that we worship, but seeing him and knowing how he honors God and in turn honors me the way that I feel like God is leading him to, it gives me comfort. Even in the times where I'm like, I ain't feeling this dude. He is tripping right now, you know, in this moment.
She ain't leaving me though.
Yeah, it's just an eye roll. It's an eye roll over in the corner, you know, but I'm coming back. But so for me, that's what just, it keeps you like genuinely happy. It keeps you just in a good space. Even when you're annoyed, you know, like ooh, this dude, but I ain't going nowhere. Like, he get on my nerves, but in 2 seconds, we're literally gonna be laughing again.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, definitely. It's like, even if I'm mad at her,
Mhm.
like, I don't want to be anywhere else.
Mhm.
But she was, I think what told me that she was the one was when we was together, we was on FaceTime, and we agreed that we were gonna pray together every night. And she prayed out loud.
Yeah.
Like and typically you don't see that. I think that's one of the most vulnerable things you can do is to pray out loud to somebody that you like.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I think
and the thing is funny because just even when I did that, it was a very like intimate, like, oh Lord, he's gonna see the way
I was like, oh,
open my heart to God. And
Lord bless me with money to buy this ring, cause
he's so silly.
I gotta lock this down.
Right. So we're in agreement that we end this till we 120 still, right?
Until we're 120. What's that? How many years is that?
No, that's when
you
we was
didn't
90.
do that math.
120. Then we agree that we're not gonna we're dropping off open on the marriage, right? So no open marriage. Yeah. Okay. So I think that was another good episode. Boo, like, we married.
Yeah.
What you think? We
haul.
doing this?
Most definitely. Most definitely.
And so this was another episode, and we truly hope that you all enjoyed yourselves. Once again, I'm Dawn.
And I'm Alonzo.
Yes, and this is us again pouring ourselves out to you, and you want to get more of our views on current events, relationships, okay,
and
just like Nelson, right? Then subscribe.
Do you love me?
Oh, I love you too.
You didn't say you love me.
I love you.
I mean, I didn't get to say I love you.
Oh, you love me?
Yeah.
Subscribe.
And cut. Y'all are so silly.
I was like, wait, because I was like, okay, now I got to try and figure out how to end it without doing the whole breakup, so you ain't got to cut too much.